Alright, good morning everybody. Welcome to your Daily Drive with Chuck. It's going to be a little bit different today. You're not going to get to see my ugly face as usual. But today I'm going to talk about different weapons. I personally carry a Glock 23 40 caliber. And that's just a personal preference. Everybody has to work with what they want on that. The first thing I will say is I do carry my weapons loaded. I have a round in the chamber. I didn't start out that way when I first got my carry permit, and I become very comfortable with the weapon before I ever started doing that. So, if you're going to get your carry permit, you're going to carry a weapon, you need to decide what you want to do. Some people carry one in the chamber, some people don't. I personally do. Now, the two weapons I have out here today is my carry gun I normally carry every day, my Glock 23, and also a Ruger P95. The major differences you're going to see in these weapons is the Ruger is a single stack, the Glock is a double stack. I get 10 rounds here, well 9 rounds actually, and I get 13 rounds here. Slightly larger caliber, 40 caliber to 9mm. Next biggest thing is you're going to notice there is a positive safety actually on the Ruger, so that's a personal preference thing. I prefer not to have the active safety because that's just something that I don't want to spend 1 or 2 seconds having to think, is my safety on, is my safety off, get my safety turned off if I do get into a situation where I have to defend myself. And like I said, each of my weapons I do carry a live round in the chamber. Alright, so I now have cleared both the weapons. You can see I don't carry the Ruger as a self-defense gun right now because I've just got regular target ammo in it, but in the Glock I do have some Ruger ammunition that's polymer ammo. It's supposed to be really good, plus it's very lightweight. Another thing I like about the Glock, if you look at this one, you can see I've got some babble damage here. It's very worn where I carry it all the time, but the best thing about this weapon is I've just disassembled it pretty much majorly. I can take the spring out, I can take the barrel out, no big deal. Now the Ruger, I'm not even going to attempt to do that right now because it's a lot more labor intensive. Have to take a piece out, just a lot of work to do. But the main thing I want to say today is everybody, I think, if they want, they should get their carry permit. They should pick out a weapon. They should get proficient with it. I worked with this weapon for an extremely long time before I started carrying it. I learned how to handle it, how to load it, how to shoot it. Became very comfortable with it. Then once I become comfortable with carrying the weapon, I started carrying one in the chamber. Once again, that's a personal preference, but what I don't want to see people doing is, I saw this when we went to get our carry permits. Me and my wife went together. I had her work with the weapon she worked with, and there was people in there that actually showed up. They still had their weapon in the box. They'd never touched it. They'd never loaded it. They'd never fired it. The instructor had to show them how to get it out of the box, how to load it, how to handle it, how to fire it, how to clear it. And you see a lot of people, every time they got their weapon, have fingers right there on that trigger. All the time, Unless you're going to shoot this weapon, no fingers on the trigger. Keep it off. But a weapon is a very personal thing, what you want to carry. I like the Glock because it's relatively light. It is polymer framed. I carry a lighter ammo in it. Like this Ruger, I really like this weapon. I've had it for a long time, but even though it's a polymer type frame, it is a very heavy weapon. It's a whole lot heavier when you compare it to the Glock when they're both sitting here empty. This one feels considerably heavier in my hand. And I have several other ones that I carry on a semi-regular basis. I have a Glock 380. I like it because it's rather lightweight. I can, if I want to, drop this in the pocket, but like all my other weapons, you'll notice the loaded chamber indicator is out. There is a chamber in the round there. So, like I preach, think about it, and get good with it. Don't just jump into something. A weapon is a very dangerous thing. The last thing you need to do is get a self-defense, something for self-defense like a weapon, and then hurt yourself with it. Hope everybody has a wonderful day.